All right, just going to go through real quick Xroc for this morning. So kind of wait until at least 3, 4, 5 minutes go by, just so that everything catches up. Because I'm watching the RTH, so we got the gap down, which always, if there's a gap down, it's likely going to pull back and then create another leg down. But other than that, we're looking for confluence above the highway to buy, below the highway to sell. We're not really looking for divergence. I'll show you a couple examples maybe if we see some. And we want the histogram to be blue to buy, red to sell, green line below the 50 line there, and the blue line below the 0 line here. So realistically, we get our first cross right here on this bar, and so this bar right here, if you entered at the close of that bar, which is the tail, we'd look for 4 bars, 1, 2, 3, 4 bars, and that would take your full profit. 2 bars and maybe a few ticks, you're going to get a break even. So that was a little early, but again, a trade. And then the market kind of moves up. We're above the highway here. And now let me scroll over. We have our blue line, pink line, yellow line are all kind of laying on top of each other, really close or within range of a few bars. So you would be looking for the histogram to go blue again here, and you'd be looking for everything to poke its way up. So maybe full body bar, maybe you take that, but definitely that's a full body bar. It goes 3 bars, 4 bars, but I probably wouldn't take that trade just because you're so close to the blue line, because it will, in most cases, bounce off of the blue and yellow line. So getting a cross down, but we're above the highway. It's just a color change. Again, you're coming off these levels. If you have enough room to get out before the highway, I mean, maybe these are doable, but I would wait. It's starting to tail and bounce right there at the highway. It does push itself through. All right, so here we're coming off of the highway here, but we have blue histogram. Our green line is still above the 50, blue line is still above the 0. So looking for this to cross, and here on this bar, here's the last bar right here is where it crossed. So you have to be careful. The opens right there, which it reversed on. So again, there's not 3 bars to this area here. Might even just only be close to 2. So I would not be chancing that. So that would be a loss if you just took it blindly without looking at those levels. You gotta try not to trade through levels. Market changes to the upside here. Here we crossed above. We're still not above the highway, which is just a color change. We're slightly above the highway now. Now we're going, well, we're kind of chopping through it a little bit. Now we got our bar here and everything's above. We're really close to the blue line again. Would really wait, but I mean, it all depends on how we have a higher low from the morning. It's probably going to go back up, but a little bit more. That one would have worked out. You got a big tail on that bar, so it went 1, 2, 3. It did actually go 4 bars, but very very tight. Would have been not so fun. Here, let's do that, make it a little easier. All right, so All right, so we are now still kind of going off the highway, but look at it. We got our dyno zones are all super close and stacked together. I'd be really careful trying to buy here. Green line still not above the 50 here, so still no buy, still no buy. And now we get some momentum. You see how it pulled back to that line and then it popped off of it with momentum. So again, they're too close. I would not be going for that this trade here. Goes 4 bars though, and then reverses on our dyno zone here. We do have some a little bit of divergence going on, but I would be not looking for a reversal trade yet. We have our cross down. Again, we're going into the highway in the blue line. I would be really reluctant to just take a color change here. It prints 4 bars, no problem. All right, so we're under the highway now. No reversal here. We do have a color change again. So again, I wouldn't be looking to do that. Goes 2 bars and a couple ticks, so you might be a break even if you did take something like that. But again, those dyno levels are way too close together. I would be looking to possibly short here, or short here soon, depending on what kind of setup we get. We got histogram, everything but the green line. So green line pop, we get our double doji under the highway off of the blue line. So if we get across, which here's our entry bar right here, goes 4 bars. Actually, I caught this for 8 bars. And again, following the system, we got a color change up. Again, we're under the highway, wouldn't be looking to take that. I'm sure a lot of times it works out. That one went 3 bars and then reversed on the dyno line. We got a double doji, and can you take the double doji off the top of the highway? Well, technically this is a good setup, but again, those dyno lines right there, I would not be taking that. Probably will work out though. Goes 4 bars, so and then reverses on the yellow dyno. Okay, we're all up. We got full body bar again, or almost full body bar, close to it, close enough. Would you take that? I would not take that again. Going into the dyno levels, it's not, everything is up. We don't have a blue histogram here, so you wait the blue histogram. Now it's even worse, meaning the levels being right there. So again, everything technically is a buy trade, but the dyno levels are telling us that this area is somewhere where they could come in and short or sell or take profits. So, and it doesn't even, it just chops. We get a color change down. Can you take this? Well, I mean, it's possible. We're not through the highway yet. We're going through the dyno zones, but it's a color change. Again, I wouldn't take this, but it probably will work out. Nope, it does not. Oh, it dojis on you. So we're getting a double doji, but it's above the highway, but they are bearish. So could you take this trade? Well, we'd be looking for the expansion. There's your expansion bar. And so, yeah, I guess technically you could try to take this trade. It is closed now below the highway. It goes 3 bars and then chops and then pulls back. So if you didn't take 3 bars, if you're looking for 4, you probably would have got a break even. All right, so now we're back to the highway. We get an expansion bar, so we're looking for our red bar. There's our red bar, and so we'll be looking to short. it chops again. You could be out with basically a 10 tick profit, or you would hold, and that ended up being a winner. The double dojis underneath the highway there, that's pretty good setup. Are you selling here? No red, nothing below. Everything's, I should say probably everything is below there, but no red histogram yet. Still, we finally get a red histogram. We got key levels, one here, so I would not be taking that. Pretty deep in the move, would look for a pullback. It chops, goes up, and this is where you'd see some type of counter trend trade. This is the divergence trade here. So you don't take the divergence trade when it's still red. You want all your divergence to happen and it actually change colors and momentum. Would I take this? No, because you have those levels way too close, but probably will work out. 3 bars, chops, then goes 4 bars, and then chops again. So would have it worked out? Yeah, would not have been fun. It might actually most likely have been a break even. All right, so we're looking to still short here, but there is no short on this first bar here. One, we don't have red histogram. We're above. Everything's still above. And we're getting an expansion. We're below the highway. We're below. We have things that probably going to go back to the blue line minimum, maybe the yellow, gold, but nope, chopping. We do get an expansion bar again, and again, technically there's no trade here. Takes a pretty good rip up, and we're at our extremes now, coming down. You see how it put a tail on that bar next to that dino zone. It's really important to understand. We are going to get a printed zone here, but this wouldn't be showing up yet. So we did get a color change there. We're not under the highway or anything, so unless you just take in blindly color changes, again, they work out until you get really choppy markets, and then you'll get chopped out. So you get a double doji here at the open. Would you take? I wouldn't take this. It's too far into this move, but you know, just too far in. Would like that closer to the highway. It works 3 bars, so break even. Again, are the break evens worth it? Well, break evens are here to protect us, not really trying to figure out how you can scrape every nickel out of the market. That's not the point. All right, so now we got a possible sell here. We came off the highway, kind of off of the bottom of the zone. This is actually the zone would have been printed, so you have this zone. This zone actually is going to tell you that you're likely going to get a measured move down from this zone, this leg, this move. So you want to use that to help you. Still have not got an entry here, so we're still above. Still no entry. And we get a double chop again, and again we're at a key level right here. That's this plotted line. It's just an old OHLC. And then we finally get the expansion bar, and so this is where you could go short, and you'd be looking to take it down to the next, at least that next line. So it chops on you, so you'd be looking to get out there with the 10 ticks or so, or now you'd be looking for the rest if you're break even. So there, it paid. Let's see here. What did we get? 1 bar. Then we got 2, 3, 4 bars. So it did pay the profit. And you can see that our momentum really slowed here, and we got those tails that came in. So got another sell possibility, and then this zone again wouldn't be here yet. This one might actually be in 801, 806. So this one should be printed. So this is a good indicator that we're probably still heading south, and we should have a gap down here. So this is ideally where this is all going to go. It's not going to go straight most likely, but it's going to go to that gap. So and is this cross the zero line? This one might not have crossed the zero line here on the green line. Maybe it is there. Oh, why is it not giving me that? Can it give me that info? Well, that one or that one definitely. This one for sure is crossed. That one did not. So would you sell here? This is likely a good spot. It chops on you, it chops, you would get out, or you hold and it was a winner. Again, things don't go straight. Could you take this trade here after it chopped? No, you'd want to wait until it actually crosses, which is here. Then you get 1, 2, 3, 4 bars, and then it chops. So, and then again, OHLC, another low there. So it's all just we don't have any red histogram. We got a red histogram, but our green line is literally pointed up. So I wouldn't take this. If I was short, I would have stayed short if you were holding, and if you're not short, I think it's, you're just too far. Plus you got the low there, it's chopping. And now you're getting a counter trend reversal set up here, which I wouldn't take here with the gaps in place. Might work out. Nope. Chops. We get our first cross right here. Would you go short here? Again, I'm still thinking that we're not getting any pullbacks, but I mean, if you're going short, this is ideally a setup. 4 bars, probably goes all the way to the green, and it does, and there you go. That was the gaps filled, or back to the inefficiencies. We're going to get a possible reversal set up here off the green gap zone. So you see our histogram and our green line are telling us that the buyers are starting to come in the market with their orders, or just looking for momentum. So momentum crosses. It actually pays out. Would have chopped at the highway. Why I don't trade through the highways. It chops. Doesn't mean it can't go your direction. But see, that's a divergence trade. So we're about 8 o'clock, 8:20, 8:30 this morning right here, and you can see that if you follow the system works. Would you take a sell here? No, because you're selling right into a buy gap. So I would be waiting, and it chops, and there's no reversal trade until here, but you're not really above the highway, so it's counter trend again. It would have chopped you out. Again, these things are the things you don't want to do. Can you sell here now? Again, it's a gap zone, would not be selling. It looks like it worked out. Might close this gap. This is a pretty big gap. Looks like the measured move is pretty far down there. So it's down here somewhere. So it's likely going to continue down in some sense. There's another color change, and then here we are. All right. I hope that helps with you guys.